I'm here at Flying H Dragstrip, and it is street night. This is street legal stuff going ET bracket racing. I got my El Camino dialed in, parked next to this killer twin turbo S10. You may say, how the heck can that be street legal? Doesn't matter. If it's got plates, just about anything goes here. Besides, it's bracket racing. We don't care how fast it is, just how consistent it is. So this is ET bracket racing, where we get 2 time trial passes to determine what the car is going to be running, and then we get to put that number on the window that we want to dial and start playing for keeps. First round time trial, I had this fun 13-second Ford Fiesta, turbo 4-cylinder front wheel drive. It was kind of a fun one up to watch go up the track, but you know, the kid was out there having a ton of fun, and that's what this is about. Second round time trial, I had a beautiful black Mustang, newer Coyote. He was running 1258 right there with me. I had run 1258 in the first round, and I went 1258 in the second round with him in the other lane. I crossed at 107, the Mustang crossed at 114, 7 miles an hour quicker than I did. It's kind of cool to see the speed differences between the two cars. The old stuff that can get it done on the bottom, and the new stuff that tends to pull harder on the top. It is round number 1. We are getting ready to play for keeps. This is my son Riker. He's been taking some of the video you've been seeing. I've got 2 time trials under my belt. The car went 1258 twice in a row. I think that's a good sign. It's going to go 1258 again. So let's put that on the window and see how we do. So going into first round eliminations, having put down 1258 twice with this car, I figured 1258 was a pretty safe number. The air was getting a little bit better, but I figured I'm going to watch it on the top end and make sure that I don't go under on my dial-in. So 1258 goes on the window. That pass looked a little funny, I'm sure. He kind of got into it, then got way out of it, and I went flying by him. He was 022 red to my 016 green. So I figure I've got a free pass. Let's hold this thing to the floor and see what it's going to run. I was fortunate to get a 1257.5. 5 thousandths under my dial in. Yes, 0.005 under my dial. Knowing that, that's a very comfortable place, and I can move the dial in around accordingly and make sure that I'm right there where I need to be. Just got up here for round 2. That 016 light got me the bye in second round. So not too many cars left. Let's see if we can keep this going. So after that bye run, I was given a 1254.9, which is a little bit under the 1257 I had dialed. So the air's getting better. I've got a fresh carburetor, fresh single plane intake. I'm just trying to feel this thing out and make sure I know what the heck's going on. So I'm thinking, okay, the air's getting better. It's going to start picking up a little bit, but how much? I don't know. All right, here we are, round number 3, 6 cars left. I have got that stick shift Fox body over there. He's dialed at 1290 to my 1254. This will be good. So let me explain what just happened. I raced that stick shift Mustang. He clicked it red. Not much, 20 thousandths give or take. He clicked it red. So 3 cars left. Me, the white Galaxy, and the black truck. That black truck is a bottom dial truck. He is running well under that dial, so I need to be aware if I race him. That time, 12:55.2. 2, exactly 0.003 of a second slower than the pass prior. I think I'm starting to get a handle on this thing, or so I think. Alrighty, here we are, semifinals. I have the black 12.0 pickup. I am in the left lane with a 12.56. I think that truck runs under 12, so I'm going to try and push him out. And I'm holding a little bit. Let's see how we do. Going into fourth round eliminations, I've got that menacing black Chevy truck. Now, I've been watching this guy run a little bit. He's got a bottom dial, meaning that's as fast as this class allows him to run, which tells me that there's something a little funny going on, because I watched him go 12.15 at 94 miles an hour. That's a little slow. And by a little, I mean a lot. So I'm looking at this truck thinking, there's something going on here. He's probably holding numbers. I don't know how much. I bet that truck goes way under 12 seconds. So knowing that, I dial it up just a little bit to a 12.56. I figure if he's running under his dial, I'm going to be with him, but by a much smaller margin, and see if I can push him out. He did exactly what I wanted him to do. He came around me before the 1,000-foot mark, put his nose on me, hung it there. I knew full well that I was going to be going under my dial, and him coming around me and putting his nose on me, he was going to be going under the dial that much further than I was. So, bracket racing is sometimes a game of numbers. It's manipulating track position as it pertains to time. But anyways, so I got up there and on the brakes, just to make sure that I was going to let him go at a fun margin, I went 12.51.8. That's a fair bit under the 55s that I've been running, and I scrubbed 6 mile an hour. That thing's starting to pick up. So in hindsight, I'm looking at my numbers thinking, this is really fast. Well, my guesstimate says that pass against the black truck would have been a 12.49. The density altitude was starting to drop like a rock. We were under 1,000 feet, and I think that pass was somewhere right around 700 foot density altitude. Considering where it had been running at 1,1700, that 1,000 foot of a density altitude drop, we were making some serious steam. So rolling into the final round, I'm not entirely sure what the car is doing. With the new single plane intake manifold, it's definitely pulling harder on the top end than it did before. So I kind of half wondered, did I rev it out further than I usually do? What's going on? By now the density altitude is somewhere right around 500 foot. It's starting to get cool, it's crisp, it's making power. So I'm thinking, okay, I got another bottom dial car. The Galaxy was a 12.05. I figure he's probably holding just a little bit. So I'm going to stand on that 12.55 and see what happens. All right. Here we are. Final round. Let's get this Galaxy taken care of. When it was all said and done, I was further under my dial than that Galaxy was. I had a lot of room on the top end to play with, and I could have taken a lot less at the stripe and been a lot better off. I was 0.47 on the tree to his 0.137. I had a full tenth of a second, almost a full tenth of a second on the top end to work with, but I didn't drive the stripe well enough and went 12.49 on that 12.55. 600s under my dial. He was 12.05 and went 12.06 on the brakes. He couldn't quite get around me, so he did the smart thing, grabbed a little brake, and backed off. So, that's how I almost won this street legal night. Now, going forward, there's a couple of changes I'm going to be making, slight mixture tune, and I'm going to start keeping better records to make sure I know when the weather is changing what this car is going to do. Half of this game is keeping good records so that way you know what's going on. And if you're interested in that, check the description. There's a link to a logbook that I made, absolutely free. Go check it out. Keep track of your data. It's got a printable copy and a digital copy, depending on which kind of person you are. So, I'm going to go make some changes to this car. Thanks for watching. If you like this, go check this video out.
Well, this is a view of the track. It's pretty. It's a pretty drag strip. All lit up at night. And now it's time to leave. We've got everything mostly loaded up. And yeah, we shall go. Bye, racetrack. See you again someday.